Hey everyone, it's another edition of Interludes Extra presents Talk on Tuesdays. It's your host, Val the Voice Johnson, and I'm excited to see you guys on this wonderful but last Tuesday of January. I cannot believe this month has gone by so very, very fast. I don't know about you, but I've had a jam-packed week going into this week as well as the rest of the entire month. And now I'm thinking, wow, we're already going and looking forward to February. February is coming up really, really quickly. And of course, we're excited, myself and Coach Tony, with what Black History Month. So we always find a way to celebrate that in entertainment and definitely in sports. But my goodness, it's so good to see you guys here. Let us know that you're hanging out with us here in the chat. But of course, Tony is always doing what he does, which is coaching and leading the future, definitely with our young players. But he'll be on a little bit later, like last night with the Pull Up Podcast show. But of course, we're here and we're going to be doing our thing. Oh man, it's time to talk music and talk about some of these nominations that's happening. Oh my gosh, you guys. Get ready. It's Val the Voice Johnson, and here we go. Hey everyone, it's Interludes Extra presents Talk on Tuesdays. This is your place and what you would love to learn more about entertainment through the eyes, the funny, inspirational eyes of myself and Coach Tony. Of course, we're going to let you know about one of our affiliate sponsors. It is KeySpot. Join the KeySpot business partners and register your business for free. It's an app. And I wanted to make sure that I let you guys know about KeySpot. We'll talk about this just a little bit later. But of course, share, connect, and grow every third Thursday of the month. If you have a small business and you want like to market and meet some fun, intelligent folks that is doing what they do in small business, like myself, join us with KeySpot. And of course, connect, share, and grow. Oh my goodness. And of course, you can go ahead and scan the QR code if you want a little bit more information about KeySpot, its app, as well as how you can register for just $15 a month. Oh my goodness. And of course, it's a DJ Saved My Life. Now look, I'm getting closer. Let me stop sharing this real quick. This looks like a book, but it's not. It's a notebook, but it's shaped like a regular book. What I'm working on is getting the actual book printed just like this or similar. And of course, my face is on the other side too. But of course, a DJ Saved My Life. I don't know. I get so excited when I talk about this. It's my memoir, but it's also the ABCs of doing your own podcast. And of course, you can go ahead and scan the QR code. And if you would like a t-shirt or a notebook like this, or I just put up some hoodies as well, you can go ahead and check it out. And of course, go to purelighthousemedia.net, but it is not, that's not the full website. I am so excited. The full website is coming. And then of course, I want to make sure that I get that back up there. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Patreon. We've been putting things up there and of course doing what we can to make you guys laugh. I have my comedy routine over there. I think it's for free for right now, but we're going to switch it over. But of course, find your voice if you'd like to learn a little bit more about how to do a podcast. What mics and stuff do I use or graphics? It's Canva. you can go ahead and check us out at patreon.com/interludes. A lot you can get for free, but of course, if you want to upgrade, of course, there's more stuff for you to have, which is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. So I want to talk about our affiliate sponsor. Cynthia McAllister has been helping me with my website. I have been so pleased, and we kind of got some of the final tweaks going out. And so I'm like real excited about what's that happening. So what happened with her is that she bought a building. She's based out of Cincinnati, and she's going to open up this wonderful office working space or event space to folks there in Cincinnati. I'm supposed to join along with other Key Spot partners in Cincinnati in March. But she showed me a video, and I was thinking I'll share it with my folks, because she's been our affiliate sponsor for now going on a year. And I wanted to show how she highlighted the podcasting space and gave me a shout out. I'll let you guys see it, but I am just totally excited. So this is the Key Spot commercial that you guys usually see. This is Cynthia.
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the Key Spot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAT. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. Key Spot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. Key Spot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
So that's our affiliate sponsor, but now she is helping out entrepreneurs in and around the Cincinnati, Ohio area. And of course, all of us folks that are remote. But I love how she gives me a shout out. So I wanted to show this to you guys real quick.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Key Spot Event Center. I am the owner, Cynthia McAllister. Now, let me tell you a story about Key Spot. I started Key Spot in 2016 as a way to support small businesses. And now we're not only supporting small businesses having the event center, but we're also connecting communities. This is a great space in the Cincinnati area for everybody to utilize. So let me give you a walkthrough. We'll start with our huddle rooms. So in our Key Spot Event Center, we have 2 huddle rooms available for rent. Maybe you want to get away from home and just have a private area where you can do your work. So we have our huddle rooms over there. And as you turn around, you see all the space that we have available in our reception space. So think of this as a space for birthday parties. If you have an anniversary party or a church gathering, we can fit 50 to 80 people in this space. Walk down the hall with me. So as you come down the hall, you'll see that we have another space available. This is what we call our training room. So here in our training room is perfect for workshops, team sessions, training sessions. We can fit about 15 people in this space, or we can reconfigure it and have more. So this is not just it. We have 6 spaces available in the Key Spot Event Center. Let's walk down the hall and see what's next. So as we come down the hall, this is where we have our podcast room. This is a perfect space if you're looking to start your own podcast or YouTube channel, and you don't have the equipment, or we have the equipment. Plus, we also have a coach to help you along the way. Her name is Val Johnson, and she specializes as being a podcast coach. So you have one place to go and get started. Key Spot Event Center. Let me take you to the next space we have. So if you come in this area, this is what we call our boardroom. As you can see, it's very spacious. So if you have an executive board meeting, we have all the equipment you need. And if you want to bring your lunches, we have a great space over here, a table where you can provide your box lunches. So let me take you to the next space. Finally, you know how you have events and you don't have a place to prepare your food? Well, guess what? At the Key Spot Event Center, you have a great place for your caterers to prepare their meals for you and give them to you in the reception area. So one thing about our Key Spot Event Center is we make it affordable. We make it affordable for everybody to utilize our space, and you can find it at www.keyspot.com. One other thing we're going to say, make sure you download Key Spot, get some free business promotion for your business. And we have fantastic events every month happening at the Key Spot Event Center. So check out our website. Again, that's www.keyspot.com. And I am Cynthia McAllister, owner of Key Spot.
I mean, someone all the way in Cincinnati gives you a shout out about how you help train people to do podcasts. That is amazing. And of course, I see that Coach Tony is joining us on today. I'm telling you, hey, did you get a chance to check out the shout out? Did you see the shout out from she's doing the walkthrough?
Man, I got the crimson and the cream on tonight. Real quick before we get into something, Val, you may not know this. I want to send out some sad news. Shout out to my boy, Chicago legend, University of Illinois Flying Illini legend, brother Effin Winters from the University of Illinois Flying Illini, 1988-89, passed away this evening. So I just wanted to send out some praise. My God, on Chicago all day, every day, baby. And you're going to be missed, and just want to let the family know that we were praying for you.
Okay. Sorry for your loss. I'm assuming this is someone that you knew very well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how old was he?
What'd you say, Val?
How old of a gentleman was he? How old was he?
He was our class. He's about a year older than me, so he's been 56, 57, I think 57 maybe. Too young, put it that way. Too young.
Okay. I got you. And that definitely is something that can be impactful, but definitely just anybody that passes away before it's your time, of course, and you're still giving, it's just a hard thing. But I definitely want
I would say, but to your point, on the question you had asked me earlier, I love the new commercial. Cynthia, with the party in there, I love that whole place was off the hook. That was beautiful.
Well, definitely want to talk about. I'm going to pull up podcast show on last night. We had a really great guest on, and this was one of your friends that you've known for a long time, Coach H, as he's known in some circles. But yeah, so Fennells, this is Hernando Fennells with the NBA basketball school in Dubai. I kicked off the conversation, but of course, I'm so grateful when I saw Coach, who really had a good time, right?
Let me tell you, it's Coach Planels. Let me tell you something. You did an excellent job. I mean, stayed on topic, on beat, great. That's why, like you said, every hero needs a superhero song. And you was a Shaft, and you had all of it going. And I appreciate you very much, because without you kicking the show off and getting us going in the right direction, that show doesn't happen last night, or it's probably delayed. So I appreciate you. And of course, I slid on in. Remember, I said, don't slide. That's what I had. Why don't you slide? I had to do just that and slide all up in there. But
I didn't quite catch all of that, but okay.
but Coach H, my God, LA West Coast, doing this thing. I appreciate Mark Lee, Coach Justin, Johnny Pratt, all the people checked in last night, asked great questions. And the one theme that he gave, Val, was He teaches by not only example, but he's able to get into know his kids, know the people that you're working with, know their
Mm-hmm.
value. Don't hire
Mm-hmm.
yes people around you. You don't want a yes man, because yes man gonna do everything you want. You want someone controversial with you, because
Mm-hmm.
their ideas could be different. And Coach H rather, in his circles, he's been to U of I, he's been to Duke, switched over and started coaching women, went back to the men, and what do you know? Even did some commercials, Val, and he got a series coming out that's an extension of the Lakers, and Jenny Buss, who owns the Lakers, coming out this March. So the brother he doing some big things right now.
Yeah. So we were really happy to have Hernando, and we are looking forward. He travels all over the world. When
Oh
I
man,
say Dubai, it's all over the world. But we thank you, Hernando, for joining us on yesterday. And we're going to definitely have him back when that particular series that is on Netflix
Netflix,
gets released. We'll have him have a wonderful chat with him.
correct. I'm looking forward to that. So, and
I'm
my God,
thankful. I'm
whew,
thankful. I'm thankful for you guys. You all have been tuning into our Interludes newsletter, and of course, our latest edition highlights myself and Coach Tony's thoughts about where were you when we found out about Kobe Bryant and his beautiful daughter Gianna. But of course, if you guys want more information about this newsletter and subscribing to it, especially if you're on LinkedIn, we'll put that information in the chat.
I mean, just to give fans, Val, a snippet. What was that day
Mm-hmm.
like for you?
Um, it was I was at a conference, Danny Johnson, and it was San Antonio. It was my first time to San Antonio, Texas. Really
Okay.
enjoying myself and getting to know some folks that I had met uh, through phone conversations. And one of my dear friends told me about this conference, and we were in between sessions, literally in between sessions, and got the news. I immediately thought, oh no, this is fake. This is not happening. There's ever so often there's a famous celebrity the internet's trying to, take out. And I was thinking, oh, now we're picking on Kobe. And then when I confirmed with a couple of, reliable sources, and it started to pop up all over the phone, and you start hear the phone ding, then it was like, well, what is he, 40, 41? It wasn't computing in my brain. It wasn't.
Yeah, that was. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there's a couple things that hit you right in life that you know where you're at. One is the show that we're going to talk about tonight with the greatness on the musical side. I know exactly where I was at the day I got the news when the great Purple Man moved on. But
Mm-hmm.
that day I remember, just like I remember 9/11. I remember 9/11 like it was yesterday, and I shed a tear because my cousin was in one of the towers, and we couldn't get a hold of her. She worked for ABC News as an in-depth reporter. And lucky that day, God has sent her uptown to Brooklyn for whatever reason that morning, and she had left. In just 45 minutes before that happened, she was actually still en route to Brooklyn when she heard the noise and heard the building crashing and the craziness going on in New York City. So that day that Kobe situation came to me, I felt the same feeling. I was just moved back. Disbelief once, nah. They
Mm-hmm.
tripped. Couldn't believe it. And then I turn on CNN. Like, man, it's CNN. So it's real. And
Yeah,
the hard part about it was that God not only brought home a king, but he brought home the little princess as well.
I
You
know.
know, he brought home the next generation that get a chance to carry the torch and let me live the legacy that my old man wanted me to live, and let me do what I'm going to do. Man, he took them both home to do work for him. So, blessings go out. And his wife has now created. Don't know if you saw this or not. There's a beautiful article the other day. She created the Mamba and the Mama Sia Foundation for Kobe. And you're
Yeah.
able to see Mamba and the Mamba Sia Foundation. Look that up. You can make donations, get involved, and just see what the charity is doing. So I love it. Bill Gates, Melissa Gates is involved, giving money. Oprah Winfrey, she got some heavy hitters. And it's just awesome. And part of that was just the growth of an NBA guy like Kobe to then transition to help the women's game move forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was I don't know if you can see this on his orange sweater, but that was a WNBA the symbol, and he was a very strong advocate of getting the WNBA up and going and running. And so I'm like I said, I've placed it in the chat if you guys want to go ahead and check out the article that both myself and Coach worked on. And of course, it's the Interludes newsletter on LinkedIn. And of course, we have one that goes out via email. We'd love to get you guys to check it out. And of course, Mark is checking in with us on tonight, which is always good. How you doing?
While working, baby. Hey, man, you double up. Hey, man, you one of them brothers in a factory, man. You taking the late shift both nights.
He's doing something. So we're just doing what we can.
Trust me, hats off. We appreciate you, Mark. Much love.
Okay, well, let's get to it. I say it's the Grammys, and it's happening this coming Sunday.
It's the who? It's the who?
It's the Grammys.
Yeah.
And it's coming up this. This is how you know the time is going by really, really fast. You're just like, oh my goodness, what's going on? And a couple of things. A lot of things are happening the week leading up to Grammys. It's not just about that night. There's a lot of events that's happening leading up to the Grammys. And one of the things, Trevor Noah, for the 5th time in a row, is coming back as the host. What do you think about that, Coach?
Love him. I think T, man, I love him. I love his stand up. I love everything he does, man. It's a great opportunity. And get another brother in the house.
I know. And so he's coming back to do what he does, which is watch in memberment. And of course, say some of the things that we're thinking back at the house. Like, I can't believe this is happening. And of course, like I said, there's some things that's happening, and according to this is NBC for New York. Thanks a lot for this, Mr. Springer. There's things are going to be a little bit different during the Grammy week on 2025 because thanks to a couple of the members of the Recording Academy, they are going to be raising and have already distributed $2 million in emergency aid to many who have lost their homes or have been affected by the wildfires in Los Angeles. So
that's good.
This was set up by Harvey Mason Jr., the CEO of the Recording Academy. So much love for that. And like I said, they usually do a lot of other events, but now they're saying that they decided to condense its pre-Grammy week to just 4 events, and then they're going to go ahead and have their big celebration on this coming Sunday, which is always good. But one of the things that's going to be leading up to it, we got a couple of people that's going to be included into the, I want to call it the, what's that called? The the Hall of Fame for the Grammys. So you got Frankie Beverly. You have Prince.
Before I let go.
We have Prince posthumously, and then we currently at the Grammy Award-winning artist Kurt Franklin, and then Roxanne Shante.
My girl, I listened to that today on her. What one hell of a story. Did you hear the background about her?
Yeah, I did. And I'm finding out that she's the first one of the first hip hop women that's being inducted into the Grammys Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or their.
But did you watch? Did you know? Did you know why her career went the way that it did?
No, I did not. What can you tell me about Roxanne?
Oh my God! If you don't know that, go to Netflix and watch Roxanne. So at 14 years of age, she's battle rapping in New York, coming out of Queensbridge, QB in the house, which we know Nas and a few other guys out of the QB, and doing her thing. She got hooked with the one and only DJ Molly Marr in a project's QB. We already know who DJ Molly Marr. If you don't know who Molly Marr is, then you must be sleeping on a rock, or you need to go do some homework. But Molly Marr got out there. So she dropped Roxanne Shantae's Revenge because she had the Luke Boys end up dropping a cut on her called Roxanne. And so he's like, we need to make a reply. So she dropped Roxanne Shantae's Revenge. Then, even though the cut went #1, Val, she got no paper. None. What? She got nothing out of it. So she was so pissed that they paid the producer, she got nothing. So she started pretty much falling out of love with music. And someone said, there's a contest, you need to go battle rap. So she went to battle rap, and she ended up beating these guys and doing what she had to do. And then, God, what's the artist's name? It just slipped my mind. But she ended up battle rapping. I'm about to say Schoolie D. It wasn't Schoolie D because he's on the West Coast. I forgot the name of it. It's in the rap. But anyway, she battle rapped this guy, and that's when she came up with Roxanne Shantae. You know, you need to be this now. I'm only 14 years old. You a grown man. And she killed him. She literally killed him. And it was in a battle rap contest. And they got to judge the contest, and she had been getting 9s and 10s throughout the entire contest. And they said the only way you lose is someone give you less than a 5. And guess who that person was?
Who was that?
Curtis Blow.
Wow.
So she waited. She said she was so broken up, she quit. And the loss of music, just love of music just went out of her body. Years later, like a couple of decades, she bumped into Curtis Blow. And she wanted to do something really bad, say something really bad, but she wanted to know why that it happened the way that it did. And you know what his explanation was?
What?
Rap wasn't ready for no female artists, especially not at 14, 15 years old. And that if he would have gave her a 9 and she would have won, then she would have set the rap industry on the wrong course and it would have failed. And that's why he gave her a 4, because he thought it would make her hungry to go out and do what she had to do. But she fell off. And then obviously, if you know your music, the next woman that popped up was none other than who? Queen Latifah. And we respect that today. So it wasn't until recently that the brother Nas and the international hip hop nation came together to give her an award of one of the greatest 50 rappers of all time, especially the female. And they gave her a donation, and she was on hard time. Val, she was still living in Queensbridge projects all that time. So when y'all see these stars out here and y'all think they balling doing this and that, come on, man, do your homework. Some of these stars still living as good as we are, if not worse. And she said she was done. And if it wasn't for the international hip hop community to give her an award a few years ago, and thanks to Nas, and then they gave her, and they couldn't give her a check, so they gave her a foundation support, what they called it, which was basically a check. So she was able to start a foundation on her name, and they funneled money into that helped her out. And now she's on her way and finally moved out of Queensbridge. Still rep the bridge, but she moved out after 30 years, Val. 30.
30. That's a long time, and I don't know why it takes. I don't know. It takes a beat to recognize great talent like Roxanne Shante. According to Ebony, she emerged in the mid 80s as one of hip hop's first female rappers to gain widespread acclaim.
Correct.
And I kind of feel like uh, there's no right here. This is a shot from her performing last year at the Grammys for the 50th, for hip hop's 50th anniversary. And I'm
Right.
grateful that they brought her on to perform. So usually, and this is the reason why I want to start off with Roxanne Shante, when they do a Lifetime Achievement Award, it's kind of the Academy's way of acknowledging we never gave you an award during the time that you were popular or when people loved you, but now we're looking back. Someone has tapped us on the shoulder and says, we need to recognize you as a Lifetime Achievement Award winner. And so that's what they're doing. I'm grateful they're giving her flowers while she's still here.
Yes. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't have said that more eloquent. Um, we know the women don't get it. I think MC Light doesn't get her flowers, and unless she becomes a professor down at Clark Atlanta University, Queen Latifah, you give her a couple dollars, but she had to jump into the movie business. So
Mm-hmm.
these women are working. They're working. It still reminds
Yeah.
me in the basketball industry. These women are working, and wake up. It's all that sexism going on. Wake up. There's a lot of good things going on the other side of the border. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And I think because Roxanne, she's one of the few people that's being talked about in this conversation about a Lifetime Achievement Award who has never really received an award for her work. But now, of the other folks that are going to be recognized over this coming week is going to be Frankie Beverly and Maze. But then, okay, let me do this. Recording
Before I
Academy
let
honors.
go. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, let me since you didn't started singing the song already, let me jump to them. Let me jump to him real quick. I believe Frankie Beverly has never won a Grammy. I think he's been nominated, but I don't think he's ever won. And I'm gonna triple check this and ask. But the I'm thinking about this for all of the music that Frankie Beverly and Maze produce. He was someone that I remember said he got his start from Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
these guys are all together. I mean, tremendous band.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work out. And Marvin Gaye, say, hey, I got to move on. And the hard part about Frankie Beverly, it wasn't even Frankie Beverly. It was Maze featuring Frankie Beverly. So for the people that don't know, Frankie wasn't the keynote speaker, so to speak. It was Maze featuring Frankie Beverly until
Mm-hmm.
the Before I Let Go song. And then Frankie jumped out, and Maze saw that in order for them to sell tickets, Frankie was the hit. And then they changed that name late 70s, early 80s to Frankie Beverly and Maze. Little
Yeah.
history for everybody.
So it should be said that the band, after recording music from 1977 to all the way to 1993, they've never received a Grammy award for any of their music. I believe it's been nominated, but I don't think they ever won. But if you could think and like run down the songs that became extremely popular during his lifetime, "We Are One," um, of course, "Before I Let Go," after the morning
Morning
after.
after the morning after. Let me tell you something.
I knew Tony would sing.
Hey, I love that.
Back
Hey, let
in
me tell you something.
Friday.
I'm all music, but if you don't understand the Frankie Beverly movement, if you don't understand the hip hop artists who sample, Frankie was one of the most sampled artists of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And his music, Biggie, Pac, all them, Pac stole the whole damn track and just made a rap over top of it. But again, as you say, it was phenomenal. And Frankie deserves his flowers. Lost him too soon. The brother was still out performing Val up on his deathbed. He was still out there giving the people what they love.
Have you ever seen him perform live?
Yes, I have seen him perform live 1982, 83 at home. I got a chance to see him at the Regal on 79th.
Okay. I got a chance. I went down to New Orleans. To see the Essence Music Festival, and they were the ones that they would always close out the Essence Festival. So I went back to back years. I think it was 97 and 98. But there is something about when you see them in person and you hear, and he used to always love to end with joy and pain. He would end the whole concert.
And pain. Come on, what y'all talking about? When sunshine and rain.
Yeah. So what he did, it was, we were in the Georgia Superdome. And so he's, the musicians, they kind of calm down and you just hear his voice, joy and pain. Sing it to me one more time, and then he throw it to the audience, and then the lights came on, Tony, and I guess it was like, okay, we're done. He just kept telling them that the band was packing up, and they kept singing joy and pain. And some people were saying good night, everybody, but he was still standing there, just kind of singing joy and pain. And that permeates in my brain because I was thinking how much he loves to perform for us, man.
That's that music that moves you. There's, if you ask people, right, like, is there a song that's your favorite song? They'll give it to you, right?
Right.
But if you ask people, have you ever seen or been to a concert to see the artist that you like sing your favorite song? Oh, it's like me. I'm a tremendous, huge Phil Collins fan. And I told you, got a chance to see him at Poplar Creek back in the day. And got a chance to be in the audience when he sang that song Into the Air and told the truth about, his his friend getting killed. Songs like that, you remember. And for Frankie is just he not only was an icon, Val, but his music was, think about it, he was on the cusp of disco going out, house music coming in, and rap taking over. I mean, and he still moved his music to the early 90s.
Right. And I think what kept him popular, like a lot of folks, and this is the reason why it's always important for artists to go ahead and clear the sample. You don't want to have an issue with clearing the sample. Please remind me of that when we start talking about Prince. But with I think it was Rob Bass, and they did Joy and Pain. They cleared that.
Rob Bass, Joy and Pain. Come on now, sunshine and rain. Give it to me one more time. Yeah, hey man, come on now. What?
Yeah.
Hey, and the best part about it, Val, being a DJ. I love it. Hey, if you can drop that Frankie and slide in, doom 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 doom, and slide that Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. For those that don't know, it's Rob Bass, DJ Easy Rock.
There you go.
In there with Joy and Pain, and then with the new stems, play the original Frankie, take out the vocals, drop Frankie vocals over top of Rob Bass's track.
I'm right there with you. Come
on, man. Don't get me started.
So Frankie was on a farewell tour that started earlier in the year. Chicago was one of the few stops that he did, but the final concert that he did was July 6th in 2024 last year in Philadelphia, which is apropos So I think that's where they got started. And he called the tour "I Want to Thank You Farewell Tour." It's like he knew. And I
Yeah.
believe he was 82, 83, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
I mean, you got to think about it, Val. There's some 50-year-olds ain't getting up and down like Frankie was. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you right now, you young DJs, people that listen to the show tonight, if you are a music lover, I respect that. But if you're really a music lover, just sit down, go to YouTube, and Google Frankie Beverly and May's greatest hits. Now, these are just the hits that they said these are the greatest. But if you go back and listen to the individual albums, there are songs that didn't even make the greatest list that were great. And check out what my boy Frankie did. Because let me tell you, he's phenomenal. Now, I don't mean to spin on a dime on that. But my guy that I love is this homeboy right here. By the name of Prince Roger Nelson. Now, this dude right here, man, I love Michael Jackson. But that boy right there, that boy good. That boy good right there. That boy good.
That boy good.
That boy good.
That boy good.
Hey, drop the mic.
I got my
mic,
wait.
Man,
Let me before we stop sharing. Let me show you what I got.
Hold on. Let me tell you like this out of the album. Before you even say anything, 2 songs off the album, because I got it too. The best 2 songs off the album, before you say a word, is Controversy. And then, of course, the 9-minute and 20-second, Do Me, Baby. Like I never, done before. Whoa. Girl,
don't hurt your voice. Don't hurt your voice.
No more. Hey,
oh my Lord.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. Now, all my mother would say, get that hollering Negro off my stereo. That's what she would say that.
I want to go the real album that set him off, and I like Controversy. Controversy would have never happened without this album right here. Cause I'm going uptown, everybody free, uptown, set your mind free. Hey, that album right there was the kickoff to Prince's career. Because after he changed his name from Roger Nelson to Prince, and you got Uptown, and then, you know, the I'm not gonna say that, but Dirty Minds was on that album, and the Blank Control, we already know about that one, and Sister, Party Up, and Head. And those were ridiculous.
Now, one of my favorite albums is this one. It's
I love that one.
Wait. Why am I forgetting what the name of this album is? Oh my gosh. Under the Cherry Moon. I'm so sorry. It's Under the Cherry Moon.
Yes, to go with the movie, which I thought the movie did the album no justice. I don't know about you. The movie did the album no justice.
The movie now is a cult classic. There's so many funny lines in it. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Oh, it's horrible.
Funny. It's horrible.
But the crazy part about it is they tried to match the album with the movie, Val, and it didn't work. But you know the cool part. You know the cool part about that.
What's the cool part about what? After
that screw up, and Prince knew that was a screw up. Then he got with the new power generation, right?
Down the road. No, that was still was that the new power generation, or was that
was
with
the first one?
Revolution? Okay. Now you know what? I let me do this.
Ridiculous. Hey, by the way, Val. Unopened, girl, unopened.
So what? Wait, let me see that again. That's unopened.
Hey, unopened is a collectible for me. Double album, and by the way, the album is purple inside, unopened. It cost me. This one cost me $45 unopened, and I've already had it for 4 years.
Oh my gosh!
Unopened. I checked on the thing yesterday. Not yet. I knew we were doing a show, so I checked on You can go to vinylrecords.com or vinyl.com, and
Mhm.
I paid $40 for it, and right now it's going for $85. So I'll double
Well,
my money if I want to put on a market value.
there you go. There you go. Well, here's the thing. Now, unlike others like Roxanne Shante and Frankie Beverly and Mays, Prince has won some awards.
Yep.
Let me triple check now. Speaking of favorite songs, I did a poll. Some people kind of chimed in on what their favorite song was. I did "When Doves Cry" 1999. "I Want to Be Your Lover," "Purple Rain," "Sign of the Times," "Kiss," "If I Was Your Girlfriend," "Diamonds and Pearls," "Erotic City," "Batman Theme," "Musicology," and the song that got the most votes was "Purple Rain."
How do you leave out Little Red Corvette? Really?
Um, I was trying to do the top hits, trying to hit every. I was trying to hit every decade because
So
he was pumping out an album every so often. And I missed
let me tell you
Alphabet
something.
Street. What
For
happened?
those that are listening to this show tonight, and Val and I know, and I don't know, Val, if you've gone or not,
Mhm.
Chicago, downtown, Michigan Avenue, North Michigan Avenue is the only place in the country that has the Prince exhibit. You can go in on North Michigan Avenue, just past Marriott Hotel, Chicago, and it's a 2-floor. Val, did you know that Prince, not Michael Jackson, not anybody else, Prince is the only artist in history that, from his original debut in 1975, put
Mhm.
out an album every single year after 75, all the way up until his death. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
He did
Um,
not miss a year. So that's like 30 something type, 40 albums, and he still had music in the vault. Now, my question to you is a trick question.
mhm.
What is your favorite Prince performance of all time?
Well, I'll think about that and I'll tell you about it in a little bit. But I want you to look at the picture. That's I got it from the
Quincy,
archive.
Michael, and Prince. Dope.
Yeah, at the Grammys.
At the Grammy.
Yeah. So
And you know what they were saying right there?
what?
You know I'm gonna get you tonight, don't you, Prince? Boy, you lost your mind. Quincy, chill out, y'all both. It don't matter which one of y'all win, cause I'm still gonna get paid. Oh, shut up. Come on, man. Hey, going on with that stuff, man. That was how they comes.
You have lost your mind. That's not what they were saying. Michael was not saying that to Prince. I
That's
think that
what you said. And Prince was saying, boy, go no, you wearing that sailor outfit. Nobody wearing no sailor outfit around here in 84. What's wrong with you, boy? We just did farm aid. What's wrong with you?
oh my gosh. So Prince has won 7 Grammys. I was just thinking, okay, this must be throughout his years. And here's the thing: I think one of the songs that he did win a Grammy for, and he won that night, was for "Purple Rain." That same night, Michael, I think he won 8. So they were
Yep,
probably having that conversation of, yeah, how many you got? I don't know
right.
how many you got. I
Don't
don't
worry
know.
about it. I'm about to go on the stage, Nate. You ain't gonna get on the stage by yourself. If you keep it up, I'm gonna sit Apollonia 6 out there with you while you perform.
oh my gosh. So oh no, I'm sorry. He won in 85. So he won album of the year, best
And that
rock
was
performance by
that one
best
had to
rock.
be what, the Billie Jean album?
Well, I think so. Now that would be the Thriller album. Okay, so let me
The
finish
Thriller.
this thought.
Okay, the Thriller.
Let
Yeah.
me let me finish this thought. In 85, he won Purple Rain album of the year, best rock performance by a duo or group with a vocal, best score soundtrack for a visual media, and then best R&B song I Feel For You by Chaka Khan, because he wrote that and she recorded it in 83, 84. So he
Wow.
won a Grammy for that, which is like for songwriting. And I think Purple Rain did win an Oscar. Believe it won an Oscar that year. So yeah.
I
Um,
felt so hurt for Wendy and Lisa though. They
why?
produced because a lot of people don't realize, Val, Wendy and Lisa wrote a lot of those songs that Prince became famous for. A lot, but they got pushed to the background, and it was nuts. And if you go back and read the history, go back and just pull up the Prince documentary, man, Lisa and
Mhm.
Wendy, he was trying to fire them at one point. Then he did fire them. Then the group was going to break up. Then Prince didn't know what to do. And that's when he became the symbol. Then he became New Power Generation. That's all that went down after that Purple Rain. But Wendy and Lisa were a huge backbone, especially to that first album. And that's why Apollonia 6 and Sex Shooter was such a big hit because of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, they have scored a lot of music. That would be Wendy Melvin and
Yes,
Lisa Coleman. They
correct.
started working with him, I want to say in the early 80s. And I think,
Yes.
are they still around?
Yeah,
They said
so
they left the revolution in 86 and they
correct.
released a couple of albums after that.
Yep. They left the revolution because they wrote the Purple Rain. They wrote Purple Rain song. And they wrote Darling Nikki, ah, come back, Nikki, come back. Right? And,
Wow.
and, and,
Wait.
and Prince didn't want to give her credit for it. So again, I ask you, what
Mhm.
is your favorite Prince performance?
Okay, I'll definitely get into that. And Mark said in the chat, he said Quincy said in this photo, "I'm getting paid."
Yeah, it don't matter. I don't give a damn what y'all. Either one of y'all just get y'all ass on stage. I'm getting my money.
So I'll say this: I think the performance that he did for the Super Bowl,
Wow.
where it rained on cue. I don't
Yeah.
know what
Oh,
happened.
that was God. God was like, oh, Prince, hold on for a second. Bam. And it hit right when he hit that note. Boom. Purple Rain came on, and the dude dropped the lights to Purple Val, and it started raining for real. And he had the white Mustang guitar on the stage, and he had the guitar singing that night. It wasn't singing, it
Mhm.
was singing.
Singing.
Sangin, singing.
Yeah, so I have to say that underrated like a mug, and it was probably I don't know why he decided not to give them credit for doing the work, because the funny thing is that in the movie that's loosely based on his life, A Purple
Yeah,
Rain, you see either Wendy or Lisa presenting him a tape and says we've
correct.
been working on this. Like
Right.
it's like movie proof in the movie that we've
And he
been
looked at
working
that
on
and,
this
and
guitar
threw it in the
part.
garbage can. And that's why Morris Day and the Time became so big because of that.
Hmm.
They were his like
Yeah,
nemesis, and come to find out, they were all good friends. They actually were signed down to Prince.
exactly. He would write under Prince would love to he loved to write under different names, Jamie Starr, the
Oh,
music
man, let me tell you
group.
something, Val.
Like he
My
used to do that
homeboy,
all the time.
my homeboy lived in Minnesota at the time. He would
Hmm.
call me when we were coming up in Chicago and say, "Dog, man, you ain't gonna believe it." I go, "What's up?" He said, "Man, I was down at Grand Slam last night." And for those that don't know, that was a bar in Minneapolis. And they said Prince would come in sometime around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, right as the bar is closing, and he would tell the bar a certain section that would be able to stay. Everyone else got to get out. He would perform 8, 9, 10 o'clock the next morning.
Wow.
And he said, "Man, I've been in the bar several nights, man, and just happened to be sitting in the right section." When he said, "Get out, get your ass out. You know, get on up. Hey, you ain't got to leave, but you got to get up out of here." You know what I'm saying? Exit, stage left. And then your section get to stay, and Prince would just kill it. He said it was incredible, Val. He would come in and try his new music, stuff they never heard before. And then 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, 6 months, 2 months, a year later, the song would be out on the radio. He said he told me it was incredible. I couldn't have even
Yeah.
imagined that. And just doing some
Mhm.
things of that nature, just absolutely phenomenal. And I got a chance to see the Prince experience. I think I told you about that when we did
Yeah,
him
you
on his
did.
birthday.
Yeah.
And his young brother who his nephew knew, got an opportunity to finally meet Prince, and Prince loved his voice so much. So if you ever hear the Prince experience by this young man, and hear the story, he sounds just like him. But I love Michael Jackson, but for those that know me and know I DJ, know that Prince is one of my favorite artists of all time.
Yeah, I dated someone that used to he would dress like him, which was always hilarious. And he had like he would do the I don't know, the fluffy shirts or whatever, and I was
with
just
the collars.
Yeah, the collars and the the what is that called, the cufflings or something, and I'm just kind of like, you are very strong in your manhood if you dress like this, because it is
he better
very,
be glad
very...
me and my homies didn't catch up with him back in the day with the clown. And like Mark said, a friend of mine lived next door to Prince. Oh, that's dope. And then he also said some friends told him that he would play some serious games with his crew. And they say the Prince could play ball. Yeah, and Mark, you're right. For those that don't know, Prince was an all-state basketball star in the state of Minnesota, Val, receiving a scholarship to the Big Ten to play basketball for the University of Minnesota at that time, and he chose to go into music. So if you want to hear and look at a funny rendition of this, please go to SNL and type in Dave Chappelle Prince impersonation, and you gonna laugh your butt off with Chappelle and Charlie Murphy. Oh my goodness, they are ridiculous. Hey, check ball right here, boy. You know, you gonna play with them high heels on? It just check. You don't know who I am, man. You Charlie Murphy. Go and get this in your. Ooh, did you like that one right there in your eyes?
And another person that is going to be recognized as a Black icon, music icon, is the one and only Kirk Franklin. He has been in gospel music for well over 30 years. I think myself, between the choirs I directed or have been a part of, we have probably performed just about every gospel hit that he has released. One thing I'll say about... Say what?
Let me ask you a question.
What you got?
How he make all this money, and he basically the Lil Jon of gospel music? Because I ain't seen Kirk sing a damn song, but he gonna hype it up. He like, yeah, okay. Right? We know that's how Lil Jon made his money. He ain't sang a song. And Kirk, he made a song just like, come on, put your hands together, come on. Let's go. Oh, I can feel it. He gonna jump and do what he got to do. But Kirk is the hype man of the gospel. So I applaud him because he made it work. He made it work.
The Recording Academy Honors, powered by or presented by the Black Music Collective, they're gonna be recognizing him for his lifetime achievements in the music industry, and how him being the Little John of gospel has definitely hyped and created so many others. We're no longer defining gospel music in this little small box or a genre. It's a little bit bigger because of him. And one of the songs that I thought was interesting that he recorded probably a year or two ago with Little Baby, called "We Win." I never heard of Little Baby, so that was a way of him.
You never heard of Little Baby? And Little Baby. It's Lil Baby, Da Baby, Baby, and then the Baby. So you better know which one of the babies you talking about. But yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. That little fact that you may or may not know. Do you know that Kirk Franklin and Prince got a chance to perform together under the New Power Generations logo?
I did not. What song did they do?
I don't remember the song they did. It was one of his gospel songs he had. Remember, Prince made that one album that was a gospel album almost. It was on that particular album. And they said Prince was something else. You and I talked about this prior too. You know, Nas talked about this on the Nas Greatest tour, because, you know, Nas is 30 years now from 90. And he talked about he went to perform with Prince, and he was going to open an act. And he went out there, performed, Val. He getting it in, and bam. He ready to rock and roll. He ready to get the show on. He feeling good. He's sweating and got a little drink in him. And the whole 9 yards. And Prince meets him backstage and said, "Hey, Nas, just got one question for you." You know what that question was, Val?
What was that question?
My man, let me ask you one thing. Do you
Uh-oh.
own your masters? And Nas says,
Ooh.
no. And Prince pulled the red carpet from under his feet, Val, and he couldn't perform. And Prince wouldn't let him perform. Can you believe that? Prince told Nas, hey, I appreciate you coming, man, but you can look at the show backstage if you feel like, or you can leave. But you ain't getting on the stage before me. Only because Nas didn't own his masters, and Nas said it woke him up, and he looked at the music industry and what he did in a completely different manner, and now he owns everything. That is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
And
That just
and
speaks to the type of person that Prince was.
one of the things I'll come back to Kurt. He's one of the best selling gospel music artists, and his accolades include about 20 Grammy awards. But back to
Right.
Prince, there's a little known fact about Prince and Arrested Development. They sampled the song Tennessee. They sampled the song. What is that? I'm sorry, Alphabet Street. Alphabet Street. And
Alphabet Street. Yeah.
Alphabet Street. So the one word, we had Speech Thomas on with us a couple of years ago when we were starting out, and he mentioned that Prince could have yanked the song, but he says, "I just want to get paid for that one word, one sample, $100,000."
Hey, let me tell you something. Only the small purple man could do that. Him and Mike. Because you don't think Prince was a gangster. Hey, Prince get on them high heels, 6 inches. You better watch out. Jump on that purple motorcycle, be at your front door knocking. Hey,
so don't sample, but I will say this: Kurt has put together, I want to say, a lot of choirs and musical folks behind him. Most famously, Tamala Mann and David Mann. Yes. They started their careers with Kurt Franklin, and the song "Take Me to the King," written by
Take Me to the King,
Kurt Franklin. Yeah.
Take me to the King. Hey, I'm telling
you, be trying to sing, you be cracking me up.
I try to do it all the time. God is good all the time.
And all the time, God is good. But of course, the people that are nominated this coming weekend, it's a bunch of folks. We got Taylor Swift as per usual. We have Beyonce that's nominated as well, and of course our future Super Bowl performer, mid halftime show performer Kendrick Lamar was nominated as well. And of course, there's a lot of other folks that's been nominated, but of course, to see that entire situation that's happening, here's the thing: there's over 70 categories. A lot of those categories are not aired. You can see that on the Grammys YouTube channel, and it's a bunch of ceremonies that happen.
That's news to me. I didn't know that. So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What old school artist receives the most votes? Who do you think?
I don't know how. Okay,
you have to probably go backstage.
Can you give me a guess?
No. I'm just asking you out of Frankie and Prince and Michael. I'm just asking you what old school artist out of the ones that are nominated do you think receives the most vote? And this may be one of those behind the scene things, Val, because it may be, because they calculate all the votes that came in. So this may be one of them things that we got to go back and do a little homework, a little research, and find out in the such and such a category with Prince, Michael, Frankie, and all these, and go back and see how many votes they received. I personally think, out of all the old artists, I think that Prince receives the most, and here's the reason why. Because Prince was a performer. He was not only a singer like him and Michael, but Prince played the instrument and he was a performer. Frankie was great, but Frankie wasn't no dancer. Frankie just sit up and blow them pipes, tell you what it's all about. But Prince could jump on the piano. That boy could jump on the guitar. And that's why Sheila East, imagine me, you, and Kevin Springer were just talking about the Sheila East, so what? A few shows ago.
Right. Right. And she did not want to be, Sheila, if you ever talk with her, she did not want to be out in front. She was very happy just being the drummer, being in the background. And
For
on the
sure.
album Sign of the Times with Prince,
Right. That's why I
she
chose her that
tours
album.
with him. It's a whole thing. It's a whole love situation of music. And so, yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
telling you, it's a
solo
beautiful
artists
thing.
like that, she's still around. Her and Gloria Estefan just played that, the thing that Kevin was getting us to watch. I mean, just Sheila E., Wendy, and Lisa. I mean, Prince never shied away from the women around him. Apollonia 6. Come on now.
Mhm.
You got to do some homework. You about to make me jump on a box tonight and throw a quick set.
So, uh, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. So, of course, the Grammy Awards, well, the full ceremony, that will be this coming Sunday, February 2nd. And of course, we'll let you guys know. Like I said, I might watch it, I might not, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to make sure that I keep my eye out for some of the things that's happening before. And like I said, we found out from News Channel 4 that a lot of the focus of the awards this Grammy week has been shifted to raising money for the victims of the LA fires because
I
the
think it's
Grammys
great.
have been out there. Mm-hmm.
I think it's great, Val. I think it's a move like it was when you and I came through school and they had Farm Aid and Michael
Right.
Jackson, all them saying we are the world. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got nothing against the new man in DC right now, but to tell everybody that I'm not gonna give you the money to help you out your fire, do what you gotta do unless you change your voting rights. I think that's insane because Mother Nature don't give a damn who you are, how much money you got, and what color you are. Mother Nature coming and she's coming. So this is absolutely awesome. I applaud the Grammy. I applaud the music industry for what they're doing. And I'm just hoping that it helps out the people in LA because they're hurting right now. They're
They are.
Americans. They've done, and you can't hate because they became artists and entertainers. That's what they did, and they did it well. That's why they live the way they do. So I'm just hoping that we as a people can understand that, and I appreciate the Grammys for doing what they're doing.
Right. And like I said, we're keeping those guys in prayer. Exactly 1 month later after the Grammys is the Oscars. I have not seen a lot of the films that are currently nominated for the Oscars, but I just wanted to just give them a mention before we get out of here. I'm going to be checking out and looking out for Cynthia Erivo, who's nominated for Best Actress for Wicked. And then, of course, Zoe Saldana. She won the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress in one of the films that I probably would like to see, Amelia Perez. So they have 10 movies that are nominated, Coach. If you were a betting man, if you were a betting man, you would probably figure it out. But some of the movies, one of the movies I did finally got a chance to see was Gladiator 2. I will be checking out Amelia Perez. Anora is nominated for Best Picture. Conclave, I've heard about that. A Complete
I want to see
Unknown.
Conclave.
Yeah, Conclave. Blitz, Dune Part 2. There was a Part 1 a couple of years ago, but now Part 2 was nominated. And then, of course, The Room Next Door. So these are, with the exception of Gladiator 2 and Amelia Perez, everything else is kind of unknown to me. So it's going to be fun to go ahead and figure out which ones are there. And I'm a little sad that Denzel Washington wasn't nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Gladiator 2, but that's okay. He's got to. It's all good.
Denzel like I'm Denzel. And Mark says, he saw Sheila E. perform with Lionel Richie back in the day, and he enjoyed all of that in the background at the time, during the time he was up at Marquette down in Milwaukee. And he also said, don't forget about Prince also wrote Sugar Walls for Sheena Easton. I didn't forget about that. I love that. Again, I was mentioning what I was saying on that, Mark, was that Prince, the work that he did, he involved more women than I think any other person is trying to help him produce. I love Michael Jackson, but I don't, Michael struggled even to help his own sister Janet out.
Well, he did produce a group called Brownstone. We got
Yeah,
some great music
that's
from them. And then he produced his nephews, 3T.
yeah, but 3T was like 3 Ps.
you, you ain't got no sense. Our affiliate sponsor this tonight is Key Spot. Share, connect, and grow. If you want to know a little bit more about the app, go to keyspot.com /free. You can go ahead and sign up and be one of the business partners to get your business highlighted. And it's only $15 a month to check those guys out. You can get everything done in one spot. Thanks to Cynthia for being our affiliate sponsor. And of course, a DJ saved my life. You can get merch. I'm so happy to show this merch. You can get the ebook, and the physical book is coming. It is coming. I am working on it like gangbusters. You can scan the QR code and go ahead and as I talk about the ABCs of starting your own podcast and how being a virtual DJ and doing this podcast literally saved my natural life. And of course, patreon.com /interludes. Go ahead and check us out there. We have got a couple of things happening there, of course, and of course, our new Interludes newsletter on LinkedIn. And if you'd like to get hooked up with that, let us know. We'll have it on Patreon places as well. Man, time to wrap up another great edition of Interludes Extra Talk on Tuesdays. I'm telling you, Coach, this has been fun.
Hey, I'm always going to keep it crazy over here, but again, thank you guys for checking in. Don't forget next Monday to pull up on us on the Pull Up Podcast. And by the way, those guys that did the appreciation show for Coach last year, as we just finished our first full year in season 2, we are about to embark on a second anniversary for appreciation. So if you want to make sure that you're involved and you want to make sure you're one of the people, we're going to bring about 4 or 5 or 5 or 6 people like we did last year. It was a phenomenal show. Validate, we laughed, joke, discuss sports. And let me know that you would like to be a part of that. Make sure you get it me or get it Val here on one of our links so that we can make sure we consider you for being part of the appreciation show for the Pull Up Podcast show. But other than that, I love you guys. Thanks for checking in tonight, Val. But you know my words. I'm out.
We'll see you next week. Peace.